Hey everyone, Jack Burdey from the Schaefer Financial Team here at CG Wealth Management. After the US election results, I want to make a quick video discussing what we can expect from markets over the coming years. I want to discuss this analysis from two different time frames. We'll call it period A and period B. Period A will run from the beginning of the presidential term until 2 years after. Period B will run from the beginning of the presidential term until 4 years after, or the full 4 years that the president holds the White House. Now, the reason for splitting up the analysis this way is because, as many of you know, midterm elections take place halfway through the presidential term. And midterms work as a part of a bigger system of checks and balances in the US to ensure that no one branch holds too much power. So let's take a look. So here on the left-hand side of this black bar, we have period A, which is the first 2 years. On the right-hand side of this black bar, we have period B, which is the full 4 years. I do want to make note that this is monthly data going back to 1789, using a mix of US indices that were available at the time. So starting with period A, on average, the highest average annual return over the first 2 years from the start of the presidential term has been a Democratic president with a divided Congress, and that's been 14.6% on average per year over those 2 years. While the lowest has been only 1.2%, and that's been with a Republican president and divided Congress. However, let me show you why it's important that we compare period A to period B. Let me just clear my screen here. So for period B, the highest average annual return has been, again, a Democratic president with a divided Congress at 10.9%, while the lowest has actually been a Democratic sweep at 8.2% per year on average over those 4 years. However, as you can see, the dispersion of outcomes measured by the average annual return narrows significantly when looking out over 4 years. It makes significantly less of a difference who gets in and the makeup of Congress when looking out over the full presidential cycle and beyond, with 10.9% being the highest and 8.2% being the lowest. All the other outcomes on average fall within those two. As mentioned before, it's likely that some of this difference can be explained by midterm elections course-correcting outcomes from the presidential elections over time. Now, I do want to make note of a couple things. This video isn't to say that presidents and their policies and legislation don't matter much for markets. They do, and fiscal policy does make a direct impact on the economy. However, there is a significant lag with proposing a bill, proving it, implementing it, and then seeing the effects of it, which may be years after the acting president has left office. 2, I wouldn't recommend anyone make any investment decisions solely based off US elections. The difficult part with elections and investing is not only correctly predicting the president and Congress, but then navigating what bills or changes will be presented, what will be passed, and how they will be implemented, and then guessing the market's reaction throughout that entire process. And 3, the third is that this analysis does a good job of reinforcing the age-old adage of investing for the long term. The longer your investment horizon, the less of an impact things like the current administration and their policies have on investment returns. I hope you found this insightful. As always, if you have any questions, contact us and we would be happy to help. Take care.